of a sudden something about me saying that I play like I play poke, like I play safe, like that's how you're supposed to play him. Like you run balls deep and you just die.
Anyway, Kyle,
Like I
yeah.
feel like people think when I say I play poke, I play passive,
Yeah.
which is
Anyway,
not the truth. But
drafts on. I gotta cast this. So you guys are all on the
yeah,
stream, so I either need to move or you all. Actually, I'll just. Yeah, me and Kyle are casting this.
I'm with
So
you.
I'll move.
yeah, Sims, I'm gonna move you. All right. So did you get the observer link, Kyle? It's here.
No. You just do that. I'll
Okay.
just
Okay.
watch the in game.
Okay. Sure. We have a first ban on Li Ming. Not surprising there.
It's like every
And of
game. I
course,
feel like
so what?
we're never gonna see a
Oh, we have a first ban Abathur. What is going on? This means Rhaegar can be picked. And will Weird MMR, which is what I'm going to call them, because their name is like 10 words long, will they first pick the Rhaegar? They should, because if they don't, Team Harmony is probably going to snipe it from them. Again, on Cursed Hollow. Taking their time to think about it, but I don't know who first bans Avatar in Cursed Hollow. Oh, there's the first pick, Rhaegar. Yes! I haven't seen a Rhaegar yet in Chair League, I don't think. In my Chair League, anyway. Obviously, there's plenty of other games being casted. But Li Ming Rhaegar have been first ban material for weeks. Ever since the patch. So it is now double pick for Harmony. And, well, obviously their options are open. And it's hard to determine what strategy they have in mind until they grab at least one hero. And that's pretty much how I do my drafting predictions. But versus the Rhaegar, they're going to need some, not too much melee, because Lightning Shield does a number on you. Even though it's been nerfed, it's still pretty good. And we have a first pick, Kilthas. Kilthas' win rate has plummeted an astonishing amount since his nerfs. Something like 15% win rate drop. 56% down to 42 or 43 or something. Though that could also just be players not quite adjusting to the revised Kilthas talents. And we have a second pick, Tyrande from Harmony. I like this. Again, leaves the draft very wide open. Kilthas and Tyrande being quite flexible in their roles, or in the drafts they can fit into. And it is now double pick for Weird MMR, and we have a Diablo right away. Oh, this is going to be an aggressive team. Diablo and Rhaegar all up in their face. No doubt, and a Jaina, very aggro. Harmony is going to need some strong defense to weather this literal storm from the enemy team. Though KT Tyrande do a pretty good job of that. You know, KT has his lift, the Flame Strike, the Chain Bomb, the Phoenix, Tyrande of course in Shadow Stalk and Arrow. They have some defensive tools available to them, but currently it's not enough. Excuse me, it's ban time, it's not pick time. But so they will be looking to probably ban out another range damage dealer, or a melee damage dealer, in this case the Thrall, has been banned by Harmony, and probably a smart option. They want to remove, they don't want to deal with Sunder on top of Apocalypse and Jaina and Rhaegar. And Weird MMR can really just sort of ban anything. This Harmony's draft is wide open. They still need, they'll probably look to ban something melee, because currently Harmony really needs melee heroes. An ETC, a Johanna, something like that. A Muradin even is pretty solid. They may also look to ban out maybe a melee support, something like the Uther or the Karazim. My vote's on an Uther or one of the melee heroes I mentioned, the ETC, the Johanna. I mean, banning something like Leoric or Stitches is unlikely. Versus Weird MMR's team, you don't really... Oh, they ban a Felstead. That's interesting. But that being said, Falstad is an excellent tool versus aggro teams with Mighty Gust. You can always just push them back unless you have that hard lockdown, kind of like Sunder or Johanna's Blessed Shield. So with that in mind, I can see why they did ban the Falstad. But I don't know if Harmony could afford to take a Falstad in their current draft lineup, that being said. But we'll never know, because the Falstad is now banned altogether. We have a Muradin from Harmony. Okay, sorry, I had to answer a message. Someone's trying to get a VOD link. Wanted to provide it to them. And Harmony is taking their time to think about their last pick. Oh, there is an Uther. I was presuming they would grab a melee support, as an Uther also helps control the aggro of Rhaegar and Diablo with his hammer stun. But all the bans have been taken, and it is now the 4th and 5th pick for Weird MMR. And they could take something safe, like a Rainer, to help back up the damage. Or a Vala is also fine. Tychus is so out of the meta, it's probably unlikely. And he's not particularly great at Cursed Hollow anyway. Zagara is still on the map for either team, but in this case it is Weird MMR's turn to pick. So, oh, there's the Rainer. Yes, I called it. I love calling drafts. And then there's the Zagara. Bada bing, bada boom, ladies and gentlemen. Draft complete. So it is now the last pick for Harmony. And what do they need? They have a pretty balanced draft right now. It could just be nudged in a few different directions. They already do have the double support. And right now, Kathos is their only damage dealer, which means they're very likely going to lean towards picking up an additional damage dealer. In this case, they don't have too many options. They could go for Greymane, or I was going to say Greymane or Vala. In this case, they went the Butcher, but Butcher Uther Murden is a strong combo. So that is draft complete. And for both teams. And we're going to start the game here. And that is a Zagara, Rainer, Jaina, Diablo, Rhaegar for Weird MMR. And we have a Kael'thas, Tyrande, Murden, Uther, the Butcher for Team Harmony. Draft complete. And
So you gotta tell me, Riptamundo, which team you think's gonna win.
well, I need a moment to get in the game here. Oh, I had two open. And I need to switch stream over to a crazy. Alrighty, 10 to 10 players ready. We are going to start the game here. Which team is going to win? Let me get a good look here. I mean, I definitely, as someone who very much plays aggressively, I would give it to Weird MMR. The draft is so balanced. They have Diablo and Rhaegar in the front to do lots of stuns and slows, lightning shield. Rainier and Jaina are just constantly dumping damage from the back. Rhaegar has a nice big burst heal to save himself for Diablo, and they're both decently tanky anyway. And Zagar's in the back, always ready with a Maw to, either set up a nice big apocalypse or, Jaina Ring of Frost or something, or to cancel the aggro. I mean, Team Harmony last picking a Butcher into this situation is a little dicey. Even with the double support, we'll have to see how it works out. For now, let us talk about who's playing who. And for Weird MMR, we have Smurffuhrer on the Rainer, team captain of Weird MMR. Kyle on the Diablo. Snorgma on the Jaina. Abajo on the Rhaegar. Talk show host on Zagara. For Team Harmony, we have Echelon on the Butcher, Vern on Uther, Echo on Murden, Nodacy on Tyrande, and Tricky Death on the Kael'thas. Echelon being the team captain.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now we'll have to see how this
Too
shakes
bad.
out.
I totally want to give it to Red, but because I love Tyrande, but
I do, but their team is pure squish, other than Murden. And Murden's not tanky till level 10 minimum, assuming he takes Avatar. And he even, honestly, his true tankiness lies in Stone form, when he can regen a huge amount of his HP on demand. So the burst power of Weird MMR here, who's the blue team, is really in their favor. Now, I don't think Harmony did themselves any favors by picking so squishy into this pretty just such an aggressive comp. Though we do have a Butcher Tyrande roam here. We might see a nice gank in the middle. The No, well, we got a juke, but
Oh,
that's
the miss on the
done.
arrow, though. But they
Oh
still-
my goodness! She will walk
she
away with
rolls
1
out with
H.
nothing.
About 1 HP. Being forced to well tap, though, it is a nice zone out.
Really costing missing that arrow.
Well, she didn't miss the arrow so much as Zagara juked the arrow, right? I mean, Zagara did have a lot of creep up there, which I knew might be the factor in letting her live, and it was, because she had 3-4 creep tumors out, giving her that bonus move speed. And that's really the only reason she lived. And the increased move speed also let her help dodge the arrow as well. So the gank squad, oh, but this Jaina is not really responding.
Counter gang.
Oh, the counter gank here with the KT here and the Tyrande. I don't think there'll be any real danger of the Butcher going down. But I like the patience on that Jaina. Do you see how she just waited and waited and waited? Zagara, though...
It's a pounce.
Yeah, Zagara, though, has got to be a little careful. The Butcher and Tyrande, again, eyeing them from the edge. But the Butcher isn't in... He's not in the bushes. Zagara can see him, so that was a little silly on his part. You can see Zagara's already like, I am out of here. Okay, she's going to go plant some creep down. Meanwhile, the tri-lane bottom doing a number on these towers, with the Butcher maybe looking to come in and support a bit.
Poor Kalthos by the tower. What does he even do? He just,
He's
you know,
pretty good there. You can see he nearly killed the Diablo.
he's doing work, but like he can't stop this.
No, he can't. He really can't. So let's talk about talents while you have a minute. And let's see, what do we got here? Zagara, of course, Reconstitution and Venom Spines. There's basically no reason to go any other build on that hero right now. And Rhaegar going double Lightning Shield already. The Electric Charge in the Storm Collar. Jaina going for, I believe that is the Deep Chill. Yes, the Deep Chill, and with the increased Blizzard AoE. Might see a gank here bottom. Diablo going for that Soulstone regen and the Fire Devil. Raynor going for the Adrenaline and the Focused Attack. Interesting. No Season's Marksman on the Raynor. He went for the Adrenaline heal. That's actually not a bad idea in case he gets cut out. And we'll have to talk about Harmony's talents in a minute because it trips up and there's some fighting going on here. But well, they're trading it just for EXP soak. I'm not entirely sure there's a right idea because Team Harmony had a siege camp out. But well, I guess I can't really complain. Yeah,
they're getting pretty ahead right now. So honestly, if they can manage to get the next 3 and just not even give them another one, I think they'll be in a really good position.
Yeah, they are. They have a good half-level lead here. So, oh, the Butcher being... That's not to say, Butcher, you do not want to charge that Jaina. She is under tower. Talk about Team Harmony's talents here. And we have the Victuals on the Butcher with Unrelenting Pursuit. I like that talent a lot. That gives his charge time, or his charge a lot of uptime. Uther, of course, going Conjures into Plasma Shield. Murden actually taking Infused Hammer and Thunderburn. No Reverberation for him either. Surprising to see both Murdens these matches not taking Reverberation. It's such a strong talent. And Tyrande going full Owl build, going more damage, letting the Uther deal with the heals. Kel'Thas, of course, taking Mana Attic into Netherwind. Rhaegar's not really the target you want to go on, but he might live anyway. That unlikely with that last second heal. The fact that he can wolf form on demand. Whoa.
What's going on?
We have a lever. I wasn't even aware they could pause the game. Honestly, I thought there was something only I could do. but because I'm a referee, I thought it was a referee ability. But apparently, teams have pauses.
Anyone can a TP.
Well, like Dota, it makes sense. You know, he sees his 2 remaining, so each team gets 3 pauses. Echo is the Murden for Harmony.
He's giving me a bad name right now.
And right now, this is... I don't know how this is going to shake out looking at the map. Uther is all the way top for who knows what reason. I mean, he's their main healer. Tyrande didn't spec heals at all. But Jaina is in base, getting mana and health, and Zagara is... Zagara's on her way, so it looks like Weird MMR is going to get here before Harmony is, in terms of being all 5. Uther, unless he's already mounted, he's not even mounted, he's in the middle of a creep wave, smacking them. So Uther's not going to be here anytime soon, which means they're going to have to rely on the basic Tyrande heals to get him by until he shows up. We do actually have level 7 for Harmony. They hit level 7 before the other guys, how about that? Oh no, excuse me, they didn't. The scoreboard's just... Oh, or not. Okay, they just straight go for it. Actually, I have level 7, of course, here. You know, this Butcher is in so much trouble. There's no way he is living. Instantly slammed into the rock, but this nice trying to double stun here into a triple flame strike by the KT. This Diablo's angry. He wants more, and he very well might find it, or not. The Tyrande will skip away with about 1 HP. But this will let Raynor take the tribute, and they'll be pretty happy with that trade. Uther happily...
Meanwhile,
in Utherland... Yeah, that was a misplay there. So this level 7 talents haven't picked up.
Chop.
Yeah, Reconstitution on the Zagara, Cleanse on the Rhaegar. I like that. Jaina looks like she went the Frostbitten. Diablo went Battle Momentum. The Raynor, of course, going the what is it? Something Leader. Thought I had that memorized. Revolution Overdrive.
Remember to right-click your bots.
Jaina, though, really out of position up here versus Butcher and Uther. She's probably going to pay for it. She needs the juke. She needs the juke. Oh, she doesn't need the juke. She is A-OK. And on the side of Harmony, we have Cleanse on the Uther. The Butcher going the Abattoir, or whatever that's called, of course, for his stacks. The Murden going the Pearson Bolt. The Tyrande going the Lunar Blaze. Or was it Lunar Flare? Yeah, Lunar Blaze. I had it right. And KT going the Fission Bomb. They... No!
Oh, wow.
Diablo might have been able to Fire Stomp there a little sooner and have it hit him. I don't know. They could have maybe gotten a gank off of that instead. I don't know. It was a little bit of a mistiming, perhaps. I mean, what I do like, though...
They should have got there faster.
What I like... Yeah, they should have. But what I like to see from Weird MMR is they're very good at staying together. Look at their positioning right now. 4 of them are right here together. Whereas Team Harmony is just sort of here and there and everywhere. And group wins games. I mean, they're going to just take this fort. They don't care.
There, they just don't care.
Mm-hmm. No, they'll retreat. They don't want it to push the fort yet. They aren't level 10, but they're about to be level 10. And smartly backing
I love
off.
the Diablo on the star.
Yeah, yeah.
I am Diablo.
Sparkly Diablo, though, going a little crazy. He's just going to get blown up here. I'm not sure what he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking we'll get level 10, but it might just work out for them. There is level 10 indeed. Can they take the talents quick enough? An instant apocalypse, instant heal.
It's
Not
a monstrous.
No.
Oh god.
It's only 1 hero down, though, with 3 ultimates used. I feel like they could have accomplished a little more there, but that's okay. We have, of course, the Ma on Zagar, Ring of Frost. Hyperion was used on the Raynor. The KT cheekily lifting the Raynor there. And looks like
I'm already
yeah,
here.
Zagara's already here. This is an easy... Uther, I think, is haunting top lane. He died there in a past life, and he has unresolved issues, and he's now just hanging out. Oh!
Can't leave a certain barrier, or else his soul gets sucked back.
See, again, look at the positioning of Weird MMR. They're just staying all together, whereas I just missed a kill on the Tyrande. Just, you can't get out of position.
Oh my god!
You can't get out of position versus
this
team.
Uther? Is he coming?
Yep, no, he's going back. He's
Going back.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh no! Whoa! His rubber band broke. He's coming back.
Oh.
We'll see how long it lasts. And
got
that is a fort taken for Weird MMR bottom. But the tribute top. Oh, this is cursed for both teams. But with that fort taken bottom by Weird MMR, they might not get there in time to actually contest this safely.
Please
Unless
go,
somebody,
go,
it's unsafe. It's unsafe.
Something.
No, Zagar running and trying to mash. She will pay for it with her life. Instantly blown up before the Rhaegar here can proc. And Diablo getting chained. He will go down as well, even despite the apocalypse. Rhaegar does not have the ancestral heal. It was put on cooldown. There's some serious throw going on here for no particular reason.
Bang,
3 down on the side of Weird MMR. The tribute was already gone before that fight even started, and yet they still kept fighting. That is when you disengage. The enemy has positioned really well in your territory, especially with the fact that it's about to be a curse. You want everyone up as much as possible to defend, not running into the team and dying. Granted, the cooldown timers, the death timers are low, but that was a pretty big misstep, again, by Weird MMR, who's been playing so well all game. Just someone needed to make a call. Guys, they got the trib.
They really lost their level advantage too.
They did. They didn't fall behind, at least. like we saw last game, where I mean the team they still
They just lost
seven got ahead, but they still ended up losing. They did. No, it was. Once the curse is over, they still have some momentum possibility with going on right here.
Diablo.
Big kills and stuns, a
Diablo.
Ring of Frost here. This Butcher, though, somehow surviving all the way in the front, and nobody bothering to focus fire him. Although right now, Slam back. Oh, Divine Shield by the Uther, though, will in fact save his life. But this chase isn't over yet. Diablo he's out for blood. But, oh, a triple Maw, and Kilthos is down. They should look to re-engage. There was a very late Apocalypse by Diablo. That wasn't going to accomplish anything. The extended range arrow by Tyrande there, stopping that. Diablo shouldn't have bothered apocalypsing there. There was no way he was going to catch anybody. Puts a big ult on cooldown, but he does have the battle momentum, so he can't afford to do it, I suppose. Level 13 here now, almost for both teams, but Jaina going for the improved ice block. Raynor going for, it looks like, is that Relentless Leader? He did, he took Relentless Leader, pretty much for the Butcher. Firestorm for the Diablo, Earth Shield for the Rhaegar, Mutalisk for the Zagara. Boss here being,
That's
boss ground and pound.
Good boss for
That is a good boss, because the tribute will be coming up soonish. And
not only that, but they haven't started their boss yet.
Nah.
They're probably gonna go for that.
but with the Tyrande Hunters mark, they'll finish it well before Weird MMR can get up there, and they're not even trying. They're just content to take their own bruiser and counter push. The thing is, though, their boss did in fact start much sooner and is almost already at their gates, whereas this boss is just starting. So they do have the advantage lead. They'll be able to clear up this bruiser camp middle and pretty easily rotate top to stop that boss without much trouble. And they have Siege Giants pushing the lane. So overall, slight lane advantage for Weird Harmony here. Weird MMR. In fact, looks like they're only sending Zagara to defend versus that boss, and they will perhaps try and take a fort. That Jaina, yeah, they will in fact just go for a fort. I like this play here. It opens up their mid lane a lot more, lets them run around up here to the bruiser camp area to try and gank or just move around. You need to get ahead of there.
Just on his own.
Pretty good. He cleared out that, but
Heroes, he did some good work.
And Zagara should be able to clean up this boss pretty easily and get down to the trib, but she might be a little late. And this Team Weighted MMR is going to need to be really careful not to engage hard without their Zagara. They just need to play defensively, grab the trib, and zone. Diablo might even sacrifice his life to zone. No, he shouldn't have to. Oh, this Uther, though, getting hard bullied. Though, I don't know why Diablo just pushed him around that way. Uther did Divine Shield himself, though. This is a big Ring of Frost coming in. No. Rhaegar healed too late, my friend, and that is a Shrink Ray on the Rhaegar. He will go down. This Myrden's probably going to die. I can't tell who's winning this fight.
I was about to say, I can't even keep track with who's winning right now.
It is ultimately going to go the way of Weird MMR. They got the curse, and it was a 2-for-3 trade, their favor.
It's pushing in.
It was
so that's good.
just so back and forth there. The Rhaegar died without getting Ancestral Heal. If he had been able to get his heal off, that fight would have been a 1-for-3, and that would have just easily sealed their victory. Every ultimate used, other than the Ancestral Heal, it was too late. I mean, this is what I just see, though, so often. Ever since I started playing this game in early alpha, nobody can cast Rhaegar Heal on time. Whether it's a pro player or a pub player, they just don't get it. Like, why anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine, because Rhaegar is my favorite support, and I pride myself on getting my heals off, and it's really just so much better to cast your heal a second earlier than it is a second later. One way you waste a tiny bit of health, the other way you waste, at this point in the game, a 60-second death timer. You know, like, what's the better option? So, but of course, level 16 here now, 17 now for Weird MMR, and almost 16 for Harmony. Let's take a look at some talents. We have the double Mutalisk, or Brute Expansion, Hunter Killer for Zagara. Rhaegar going again for the Lightning Shield talent. I don't even know what that does. Oh, it's Rising Storm. That one's nasty. Jaina going for the Northern Exposure. Diablo going for Rampage. Pure aggro build here on Diablo. Not even bothering to tank, other than the regen at level 1. Unless I'm wrong and he took... Yep, he took the regen. Raynor going for... What did he go for? He went for the bullseye, of course. Bullseye stun. Oh, and Butcher here. What did he go for? He went for Blood Frenzy, of course. Benediction on the Uther. Stoneform on the Muradin. That's going to make him really hard to take down. True Shot Aura on the Tyrande. That'll be quite nice for the Butcher. And, of course, Arcane Barrier on the KT. Again, look at this team positioning. Weird MMR, all grouped up. Team Harmony just spread out all over the map. They're going to lose a fort over this, just because their team isn't here. You gotta group up at this stage of the game. It is just too much aggro. Like, look at this damage. They don't even care. Oh, but yeah.
Oh, what's that? We lost half our base.
I guess we should show up now. Oh, but that was a nice piercing ult by the Tyrande. I like that defensive totem.
Look at this.
Defensive
Very nice,
totem.
but, like, look at that clean escape too. Everyone together, stick together. Everyone back out. We got what we wanted. Just leave. Look at that.
And even you even see the Rhaegar. He instantly throws down a totem. I love that response. It's really reflexive. I did just criticize him for his ult heals. I think he's missed maybe 2 this game, but that's not so bad. But I just love that reflexive response. You know what? They just dismounted 3 of us. I have the quick mount up. Because I'm Rhaegar, I'm going to turn around, unmount myself, throw down that totem pole to slow him down. It was nice. That was really nice. And Bruiser camped here, mid lane for both teams. And at this point, both teams have even talents. It's just a matter, really, of who gets to jump on who here. Jaina, you don't really want to be there. You are not the front line. She's about to... Oh, this Jaina is beyond dead. What is she doing? Run, Jaina! Oh, they choked! They choked!
So lucky!
But we have a lot of ults being used here. Stoneform, Divine Shield, Apocalypse, Ice Block. Oh, this Butcher, though, instantly exploded. Do we have an Ancestral Hero already being used on, I'm not sure who. This KT Chain Bomb, though, doing so much work. The problem here is they killed the Diablo. Diablo has quick res. These other guys do not. So it is now a 5-on-3. There is no way for Harmony to defend this. Oh, Raynor, that was such a premium. Oh, the bullseye taking out the KT. This is game if they want it to be. The question is, will Weird MMR push in an end, or will they just perhaps take both bosses and go for the more safe sort of win? They might be able to core them, but the safe way is just go do both bosses right now because they can. And Harmony has to defend against the bottom boss because it's straight open to core. They can't afford to run top and try and deal with the boss there. So this is a safe play. If I was a team captain, I would have made the same call because, as you know from playing with me, Kyle, I always try and make... I'd rather have a safe win than a risky win. Like, this wins them the game. Double boss push, almost level 20, wins them the game. Unless they massively throw. There's no way for them to lose this. Unless they massively throw. Yeah, if Team Harmony had level 20, by the time this second boss would come into their base, I would say they have a shot, but they really don't, I'm afraid. Unless, again, there's some throws.
And they can't even go for this tribute, because they have to defend.
Well, they don't need to go for the... It's not curse, so... I mean, if this was a curse tribute, it would just be... What do you call it? Like getting kicked while you're down? Double boss into curse, so there's none of that going on. But all's Weird MMR has to do here is just safely push in with this boss, and... Oh. Boss is going pretty good. It didn't even get through the shield. But we have... By the time these gates go down in this fort, Weird MMR will definitely have their level 20s, and that'll probably be Nexus Frenzy for the Raynor.
There's the level 20s.
Yeah, there's level 20s. No, Raynor went Blink. Diablo went for the extra Dying Apocalypse, I guess. We have 3 Blinks and a Storm Shield. That is some serious mobility coming out from Weird MMR. They do not want to get caught by any of these.
I was going to say, they do not want anyone catching them.
Or, well, it can be used defensively or offensively, right? It can be used to secure... this Jaina, I don't know why she's running right up in front, trying to bait maybe. Oh, the Maw! It was so real! They don't even care. They're just going for core.
Yeah, they don't even care.
Jaina bait, question mark?
Still victory!
I think Jaina was baiting. I really think she was.
I think she was just drawing the fire.
Because she wasn't even casting her spells. She just ran down there, ran around in circles like, I am a pretty Jaina, eat me.
And they ice blocked herself.
And they did. They clustered up even more because they also had obviously the core blocks them, but they were walking down towards her, and then they got mod.
Kill pretty Jaina.
I mean,
pretty Jaina.
Again, team with superior grouping skills wins, and this tends to be the case in pro. Oh, and this isn't a pro game, but semi-competitive games, pub games, early games, anything. Stay 5. It's the most common thing. Like, you know, if you had a nickel for every time you heard me say group up and stay 5, right, you'd be rich. So it's just like, you got to do it. We saw the first team earlier fall a bit apart from just not grouping up as much and focus firing. I mean, Team Harmony had some great plays. They had some good fights, for sure. And the draft was decent, but they're just too split up. The draft wasn't the problem, it was just their positioning. The double support was nice. They had a lot of stun power. They had Butcher Stun, Lamb to the Slaughter, Uther Stun, Tyrande Arrow, Shadow Stalk, KT Lift, Chain Bomb. Like, they had a lot of tools to control the battlefield, and they did use them fairly well. But they needed to use them sooner. They let themselves get too far behind, even in the fight when they really did catch up the level lead. You're still playing catch up. They didn't vault themselves ahead to say, you know, the level 13 talent tier right away or something. So they had a few minor comebacks throughout the game, for sure. But just not enough group, basically. Not enough focus fire. I mean, that, towards the end there, when Jaina was on their vision point, how did they not kill her? Oh, you know why? Because when you take the vision point, it's then in fog. You can't see, so they didn't know. But I swear the other 4 team members were sitting around the tribute.
They had an opportunity to get it.
The other 4 were around the tribute, and you have global vision of the tribute from both teams, so I'm not really sure why they didn't just dive the Jaina. And then when they decided to go on the Jaina, they still could have caught her, but the Muradin kind of choked and missed his piercing Stormbolt. And it was just like... I like that, I guess, what do they call it, like edge play or risk play or whatever from the Jaina. She was doing some crazy stuff that game, but some of it was bait, as we saw at the end.
It wasn't even edge play. She was doing it just for the shits and giggles, man.
But I was like, how? They had like 10 seconds to kill this Jaina sitting there, separated from her team.
But that's what I mean. It felt like she was out there like, okay, I'm going to make a humongous play. It was literally, oh, I'm just out here taking a scroll for shits and gigs. Oh, shit, yeah. You're going to get me. No, you're not.
Well, there was a moment when she realized they were there, and she almost ran around the far way. She galloped her horse back that way a second, like down around to the lane. But then she realized, oh, if I run all the way this way, they'll just engage in my team 5v4, and that won't work either, so I'll just make a run for it. And then Muradin's like, she's making a run for it! Get her! Oh, I missed. Whoops.
And then life was ruined.
Where's Yeah, so draft-wise,
draft-wise, Blue had.
Well, the only real issue with Harmony's draft was the Butcher pick. The Butcher pick was really strange, and I mentioned that at the start.
What would you have subbed it for, though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You can't just talk smack and not give an alternative.
Absolutely. I would have liked to see an ETC. I don't think he was banned, unless I'm wrong. I kind of forget the bans really at this point. Even a Stitches could have been. They needed somebody more durable. Even a Sonya would have been okay. I mean, she's still semi-squishy, but she has... The Butcher's only ability to stay alive is as long as he can Butcher's Brand then hit something, right? And if he's not doing that, he just dies very quickly. Even when you have a Divine... Like, Uther's great, but Ancestral Heal beats Divine Shield. Because Divine Shield doesn't heal you, it just saves you from dying for a few seconds, allowing you to either maybe get a kill and keep winning the fight, or just run away. But 90% of the time in all games, it's used as a save me so I don't die and run away tactic, right? Whereas Rhaegar's burst heal lets him go, here, let me give you all your life back so you can keep going, you know? So even though they had the double support, which was fairly strong, Tyrande did take her overflowing light at 13, so not too bad there. And the Wither Hunters, they actually did hit level 20 at the very, very, very end. Taranda's the only one who took a level 20 talent on Harmony's team. So somebody more durable. I'd have to go back and look at the bans, but I mean, it could have been Leoric, Stitches, ETC, Johanna. I think maybe the Johanna or something was banned. The ETC. I might be mixing up my bans from the first game, but they needed somebody more durable than the Butcher, who's inherently more durable, not undurable because I get to hit you and get massive amounts of lifesteal. Like, that's only in a no stun situation, and obviously when you're fighting a Diablo and a Rhaegar, Zagar, Raynor, like, you're getting slowed by Jaina as well and everything. I mean, I think they already had the Jaina as well. Like, Jaina's a natural enemy of the Butcher because other than the charge power the Butcher has, she's always slowing him. And when he's slowed, he can't chase and hit anything, right? It just compounds the problem. Someone like Sonya, at least, has a much more reliable gap closer in the form of Spear or something like that, or even a leap ult, and just, and just hop right in. But I still would have ultimately probably preferred something like an ETC. I mean, it does make him a little damage light and not lacking a bit of a bruiser, but Dance plus Tyrande plus Kel'Thas will pretty much clean up. It doesn't really matter.
Plus, with the Tyrande ult, if you initiated with it, you'd have the cloak to go in.
Yeah, I liked the tools they gave themselves. They picked the KT Tyrande, very solid. Then they picked the Muradin Uther. I was expecting an Uther. I wasn't really expecting the Muradin. Muradin's good, but since he got Avatar nerfed, he's just not as good. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be picked, because he's still a great warrior with a lot of versatility. But it's a little harder to play him, is he can't just go Avatar, free mini stuns for everybody. It's just like you have to... He's not as easy to play now, right? You don't have easy mode activated with R anymore, so... It was. He could crowd control like 3 people all on his own for whatever the 10-20 seconds Avatar lasts. Maybe it's 15 or something, but I can see why they removed it. So he's a great hero, but this is really the issue. The Butcher isn't that bursty. So they have the Tyrande, right, and they have the KT, so they can lift into arrow or Muradin stun into arrow, right, or even stun into Uther, but where's their real source of burst? They don't have it. They needed to do one or two things, either pick it sooner to combo the Tyrande, like pick their own Raynor, pick their own Vala, or their own Sonya or something, or even their own Diablo. Though I think Diablo was second and third picked, so that couldn't have happened. But they needed something to combo the Tyrande more, right? Like, second supporting Tyrande is cool, but if you aren't abusing the fact that she has stun and damage amp, there's something wrong with your draft. And they didn't abuse it because they couldn't. They had nothing to abuse it with. They had stun. Muradin can stun, Uther can stun, KT can stun, but the target can still run away when you're fighting someone as tanky as Diablo or versus Rhaegar heal who can just get ancestral healed. You need to blow people up. And you're also dealing with Ma, though Zagara was last picked. But the Butcher just didn't bring the tools to the fight. He wasn't tanky enough. And he didn't provide the burst. I mean, he has a nice lockdown with Lamb to the Slaughter, but they didn't need more lockdown. They already had 4 stun heroes. I mean, you can always say more the merrier, but the Butcher Tyrande gels, but they're a gank squad. They're the laning phase. Once you're 5-on-5, you can't charge into an enemy team with a Butcher Tyrande combo unless they're the squishy ones, and you have the aggro power. But that wasn't the case here. You do not want to charge an aggro team like Weird MMR's draft. It's going to get you killed. Your only chance is to get some sort of pick off, in which case I would have much rather seen a Stitches. Right? You hook someone in, and look at all the stun power you have. You stun them for days while you try to damage amp them, and boom, you've got a free pick off. It's 5v4. Not to mention Stitches is naturally just so tanky and so hard to kill. So my ideal pick would have been the Stitches. He's also really good on this map. So easy to get hooks on. And he wasn't banned. Totally up for grabs. Maybe nobody played Stitches, but they needed a warrior pick, in my opinion. It had to be an ETC. It had to be a Sonya. It had to be a Stitches. One of those 3, I think, would have drastically altered their outcomes. No tanks were banned. Guy in chat's telling me no tanks were banned. Yeah, the previous game we saw an ETC ban and maybe one other, so that's what I was thinking of. Oh yeah, the fog bug. I didn't realize he was banned in the rules because of that, but that makes sense. Then Johanna, ETC, Sonya would have been fine. ETC makes you a little damage light, but the dance wins everything, so it doesn't matter. Sonya obviously gives you plenty of burst, really what you need to combo with a Tyrande. Just spear in and seismic slam auto attack. Just chump, chump, chump. Or Johanna just to help weather the storm, and blind, condemn, and shield throw or whatever, blessed shield, to help chain stun that aggro. Felstad was banned, right? Yeah, Weird MMR banned the Felstad, so again, just they needed to switch up the Butcher, and their lives would have been pretty good. Alright guys, I'm going to end the draft here, but thanks a lot for watching and the comments. Yeah, exactly, Kyle, I'm missing your comments now. Sometimes my stream's a little wonky, but yeah, earlier in the draft when they picked up Muradin Uther, I was really expecting something like a Johanna or ETC into an Uther. The Muradin Uther was just a little like, huh? I mean, the fact is Muradin isn't, since the Avatar nerf, he's just not top tier anymore. He's still really good, but someone like ETC is almost always better. It's because of dance. And there was no real hard cancel. I mean, I guess okay, you have to deal with Zagarma. Zagara was last picked and everything. And that's hard as an ETC, but on something like Cursed Hollow, where there's a lot of clustering and people running around corners and shit like that, you can usually find somewhere in the mid to late game to get an amazing dance off and basically win yourselves the game, even versus a decently heavy stun comp. I mean, Rainer, of course, also took the bullseye, but again, Weird MMR was staying so clustered together, I wouldn't have been that hard to get a 4 to 5 man dance off, in my opinion. And take the 2 power slide talents at 1 and 4 and just zip right in there and dance it up. And you can actually Divine Shield it doesn't. You can Divine Shield ETC, so it can't be stunned, but it still doesn't stop Zagarma. That's the problem. It would stop Diablo Apocalypse. It would stop Rainer Bullseye at 16, but it wouldn't stop Zagarma. So, but still, they could have played around with it, for sure. Had some fun with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I prefer Muradin on an aggro team, not a defensive team as well. Myself, as someone who mains warriors. He's good, but again, not enough combo power for him here. But the Butcher. But no need to talk about it more. I will be back next Monday, casting more games. Thank you guys for showing up. If you want a VOD of the